Welcome to a 5A clash, a rematch of the last time that Baldwin was on this floor a season ago with a lot of stakes on the line in the playoffs against the Penn Trafford Warriors. It's the Baldwin Fighting Highlanders and the Warriors here on TenbandTV. Austin Bechtold welcoming you back to Baldwin basketball as the Penn Trafford Warriors come in at 1-2 overall. Baldwin 1-1 after losing yesterday against the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils 61-51 at Mount Lebanon. And the Penn Trafford Warriors being announced as the Warriors came here a season ago, and defeated Baldwin, took away the dream season, a year that Baldwin thought was going to be the one that finally broke off a string of many, many years without a section title. They did that, winning it for the first time in 39 years. But going on to the WPIAL playoffs as the number 2 seed overall, only Montour was better, and the Fighting Highlanders came up short. Tonight, an opportunity for revenge, an opportunity to turn the page, and with a new roster, an opportunity to learn some new faces and remember 2 familiar ones, as we send it to Brad Schulte with our starting lineups. It's been a learning curve for the Fighting Highlanders through 2 games so far. A blowout win against Northgate, 86-32, before the loss to Mount Lebanon, where it seemed like there was a lid on the basketball and we're just not able to score it. As they go up against a Penn Trafford team that sends junior Trent Brown wearing number 5, sophomore Caleb Dubiak wears number 11, Orlando Diorio, the sophomore guard, wears number 12, Ethan McDonald, the junior 6'5" forward, wears number 23, Zach Feldman, the senior 6'4" forward, who dominated Baldwin in the paint last year, wears 35 for Doug Kelly in his 6th season. And for Baldwin, the starting lineup as they go, E.J. Golvash wears number 3 back in the starting lineup for a 2nd consecutive year. Gavin Sagley, the senior, from off the bench last year, the starting lineup wears 10. Max Marzina, the senior point guard, wears number 12 with Sadiq Anderson, the sophomore guard. And Jackson Otto, the junior, will jump it up for Jeff Ackerman in his 6th season. Baldwin in its home whites with purple trim and purple numbers. It's the green for Penn Trafford with gold numbers and gold and white trim. When it's hit back and attacking the right side basket, as you see it, with Max Marzina guarding against Brown. They give it down low, looking for McDonald. It's knocked out of bounds, but will stay here. Ben Leonard also into the lineup as well for Penn Trafford, as it's Leonard in there instead of Orlando Diorio to start. Leonard, a senior 6-foot guard, as they get it into Feldman. He was guarded by Sakley. And a foul called down low as Otto was battling with McDonald. So it's a foul on Jackson Otto. Otto, the JV team last year, a junior, 6'2", listed as a guard, as they get it into Leonard. Leonard looks for Feldman. Sakley guards him. And they swing it across court to Brown, guarded by Sadiq Anderson. Back to Leonard. Into the corner, trying to isolate McDonald down low. McDonald, the junior 6'5" forward, gets fouled by Otto, and that's now 2 quick fouls on Jackson Otto. So Otto will stay in the game with the 2 fouls, just 39 seconds in. As they get it inbound to Feldman, Otto defends. Feldman drives in, floater, misses, rebound Marzina. Max, the veteran leader, 3-year starter, brings up the basketball, dribbles in and steps in for 3. Off the front of the rim, Marzina did not approach for an offensive rebound. Would have had it though, but it's Leonard that corrals. Leonard has to find an outlet, able to deliver to Dubiak. He was defended by Golvash. Caleb Dubiak. Golvash trying to force a 5-second count. Marzina with the steal. Max in transition. Also has Golvash. Marzina layup. Doesn't go. And the rebound is corralled by Brown. Up the floor goes Feldman. Feldman bounce pass to McDonald. Knocked away by Otto. Golvash keeps it into Marzina. 2-on-1 emerges with Sakeley. Max goes all the way in, left hand, finishes, and it's ruled a blocking foul. 3-point play going to the line for Max Marzina. The first points of the game come about a minute and a half in. They get Trent Brown for his first. So Max goes to the free throw line to try to convert on the 3-point play. Marzina, one of the leading scorers a year ago for Baldwin, a captain. Golvash, Sakeley, Marzina. 2 seniors and a junior are the captains as Max can't hit the free throw. And Feldman clears off the rebound. Feldman defended well by Sakeley. Gives way to Brown. They switch off of it. Feldman on the perimeter, down low. McDonald layup is good. Right past Marzina. Ethan McDonald with the first points for Penn Trafford. There's Golvash over to Sadiq Anderson. Now Sakeley, 3 new starters for Baldwin this year. Sakeley was on the varsity last year, drives all the way in and gets fouled on his way to the basket as McDonald was in on the contest. And it will be 2 shots at the line for Gavin Sakeley. Caleb Dubiak called for the foul, his first. So 2 shots for Gavin Sakeley. He misses the first. As Otto goes off the floor. And Bryson Smolko comes on. Sakeley misses them both, and it's rebounded by Feldman. Dubiak. Backs it out. Now Brown. Brown drives in. Defended by Marzina. Brown goes back to Feldman. Dubiak swung around. And it's Leonard. Down low, McDonald. McDonald traveled. Defended well by Smolko. And cheered on by John Stone, the assistant coach, JV coach for the Highlanders. So Penn Trafford will deploy an abbreviated press. Anderson throws it to Marzina and they break it. Jeff Ackerman calls out the play for Marzina to set up. Marzina and Sakeley, the 2 seniors in the starting lineup. As they swing it to Sadiq Anderson, pulls the trigger from 3 and hits it. Anderson, the sophomore guard, his first shot. Drains it from the left side corner to make it 5-2. Feldman, a wide open Brown. He pulls from 3 and hits. Trent Brown responds with a triple. Tied up at 5. As Marzina pushes in transition. Max goes all the way in, left hand on the right side, can't finish. Fight for the rebound is corralled by Brown. Penn Trafford looks to move in transition. It's Dubiak. Feldman calls for it, doesn't get it. It's Brown on the pump fake, trying to get by Anderson. Brown to the corner. Leonard drives in, and he stepped out of bounds. Trey Hilario subs in for Baldwin. I see a lot of new faces this season with the likes of Nate Wessling moving on. Matt Shank graduating. Caden Cherico. Jaden Dutine. Gabe Barakat. Max on the dribble drive. Gives to Hilario. And Hilario is fouled. They get Feldman for the foul. It's his first. It's a third on Penn Trafford in the quarter. Baldwin with 2 assists with 4:38 left in a 5-5 game. Trey Hilario will throw it in right at the Penn Trafford bench into Golvash. It's Golvash, Anderson, Smolko, Hilario, and Marzina, the 5 for Baldwin. Marzina defended by Tyler Boss, freshly into the game. Now Anderson. Anderson spins, turns, gives way. Hilario. Hilario, who had 12 against Lebo, loses the basketball, and it's picked up by Boss. Tyler Boss moving in transition. Boss, head fake move, good move, can't hit it though. And it's Feldman picking up the rebound. But he's the one called for over the back. It's the second foul on Zach Feldman. And that's critical in last year's matchup in the playoffs between Baldwin and in Penn Trafford. And when Baldwin played at Penn Trafford, Feldman was a key part of both matchups, but especially the second. Scored in double figures was a force on the glass, and as Penn Trafford continued to build its lead at halftime and continuing into the third quarter when a technical foul took out Matt Shank for his 4th foul on a personal, and the 5th foul taking him out of the game. That's when things really turned for the worse for Baldwin. As Anderson has it in the corner and drives in. Now gives way to Marzina up top. Marzina gets the screen from Anderson, pulls from deep, and Max drills it. Moneyball Max Marzina now with 5 points. It's equal to the point total for Penn Trafford. Trying to respond on the other way. It's Brown. He has 2 triples. Alario drives in, gives it to Smolko at the free throw line. Smolko, the lefty, pulls up. Can't hit it, though, and it's rebounded by the Warriors. Nick Punko in the game. The junior wears number 4 and is hounded by Golvash. Gets away from him. Punko bounces. McDonald down low. Feed back to Punko. Punko might have been blocked on the way up as Marzina tries to dribble away from traffic. Max up top. Feeds Anderson. Swung around Alario on a ball movement from Baldwin, looking for the backdoor cut. And it's up top to Smolko. They find Golvash. Now Anderson with the weave action to Smolko on the perimeter. Smolko, a 6'4" sophomore. Three-pointer up for Marzina. He hits it again. Moneyball Max Marzina has already got 8 on the night. An 11-8 lead. Here's Leonard. Gives over to Punko, trying to set up McDonald down low. Alario comes over from the help. They swing it over to Leonard. Wide open 3. Can't hit it, though. Anderson on the rebound. And the big question for Baldwin is, how do these younger, inexperienced players play in a matchup like this, just like last night against Mount Lebanon? Anderson's shot doesn't go. It's rebounded by Leonard. Not a lot of varsity experience on the floor other than Golvash and Marzina, multi-year starters. Another wide open 3 for Leonard. Defensive lapse, but he misses both shots. It's McDonald on the offensive board. After one dribble, another miss for Penn Trafford, and Golvash takes the board. Golvash in transition, loses the basketball, and it's picked up by Punko. Substitutions at the scorer's table set the check-in for Baldwin. To the corner in Punko, almost thrown out of bounds. Right at the Baldwin bench in front of Jeff Ackerman, and Marzina is able to save it. No one realizes that it's still in play as Brown has it inside the paint, steps back, bounces off the rim a couple of times, misses, and Leonard fights for the rebound with Alario. Will go to Baldwin. 1:38 still to go in the first quarter of play. 11-8 the advantage. 2 substitutions will come in for Penn Trafford. Orlando Diorio subs in. Baldwin also brings Teo Toole in. Golvash pulls up and hits. First points for EJ Golvash. Tyler Boss with it up top. 1:20 to go in the quarter. There's Punko. Now Boss. And a foul is called on McDonald, fighting with Smolko. And Bryson Smolko has been up for the challenge so far. And that was the 5th foul called against Penn Trafford in the quarter, but being an offensive foul, not resulting in free throws, as Golvash gets a screen from Smolko. A good screen for Golvash to pick and pop, but misses everything and goes out of bounds. And EJ, you could tell, a little surprised by the shot afterwards, where it landed. Penn Trafford plays a lot of different players. They typically play right around 10. His drive to the basket is good. Plus the foul for Nick Punko. So Punko will go to the free throw line as Trey Alario picks up the foul. It's the first on Alario. At the end of the game, Josh DeRosas for Baldwin, the junior 6'3" forward. A transfer from St. Lucia. As the free throw is good for Punko. Make it 13-11, 50 seconds to go. First quarter of play. dribbling, drives in, gives to the corner, wide open safely, pulls the trigger for three. Left it short, Golvash goes after the rebound, tries to save it, and does to Sakely. Swung around to O'Toole. Now Marzina, he pulls from three, left side wing, misses, and the rebound, DeRozas is able to grab it. To Marzina, who drives in. Nifty move from Max, and he gets fouled on the way up. Max Marzina already with 8 in the quarter. So chance for 2 more for Marzina to extend this lead. Can't hit the first, though. Golvash will go off for a breather in the final 21.6 as Christopher Kozar comes on for Baldwin, the sophomore guard. Marzina over 2 at the line so far, and he misses the third opportunity. DeRozas tried to grab down the rebound, but instead it's Ponko. That clears for Tyler Boss, senior guard. Guarded by Kozar. Boss with 10 seconds. Switches over with Marzina. DeRozas, good defense to help force the contest. 2 seconds left. They swing it over for a shot for Diorio to get it up in time, but it misses. And Baldwin takes a 13-11 lead to the second quarter of play. Back and forth we go. 1 quarter gone on TenbandTV.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Kozar throws it in as we begin the second quarter of play. Austin Bechtel with you on TenbandTV. And Sakely throws down low to DeRozas. Back out to Sakely. Josh DeRozas. Now Golvash drives all the way in. Gives it to DeRozas. DeRozas drives in. Gives it over to Kozar. Kozar a little bit of trouble trying to grab it. Looks for an outlet. Goes to O'Toole. O'Toole defended well. Was able to get around it. O'Toole, floater, tries to go off the window, and he's got it. Tay O'Toole on the basket. Ponko drives. Can't finish. Offensive rebound. Also can't score. Golvash fights for the rebound, and it is knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Baldwin, as Diorio was fighting with Golvash for the ball. They get it into Dubiak. Swing around Ponko. And back up top. Owen Hodge. Three-pointer up right near the Baldwin bench, and it's true for Trent Brown, already with 3 triples in the game. Brown has been the main offensive piece, the junior for Penn Trafford. Kozar to the corner and O'Toole. 2 teams trying to figure out their rosters and who's going to be key pieces in this year's teams. As Golvash drives all the way in, a lot of contact, goes to DeRozas. DeRozas can't grab it, and it's taken by the Warriors. At the 4 goes Diorio. Pressure by Sakely. Sakely able to force the steal. Gavin Sakely goes all the way in and finishes. Gavin Sakely, steal and score for Baldwin to take a 17-14 lead. First points for Sakely. Brown has it, defended by O'Toole. Brown drives, O'Toole pokes it. DeRozas brings it up the 4. Bounce pass, stolen away, looking for Golvash. Quickly up the floor they go to Diorio. Diorio with the odd man break favoring Baldwin. And off one dribble, shots missed. DeRosas on the rebound. And Gavin Sakeley took a hard fall to the ground, and he is being attended to by the trainer as he immediately went down. Is currently holding his left knee. Appears to be in considerable pain. I hate to see it for Sakeley, who is getting his opportunity in the starting lineup. Tay O'Toole trying to help him up, and now Golvash and the rest of the Fighting Highlanders are standing over by the bench as they're able to help Sakeley up to a chair, and he looks at his left knee. So hope for the best for Sakeley, who appears to be in a lot less pain than he was 15 seconds ago. And it's just something temporary, and he'll be okay. So Golvash, O'Toole, Marzina. Jackson Otto comes back in. And O'Toole. And Kozar, rather, into the game. Kozar has it. Swung on over to O'Toole. Kozar against the zone. It's a 2-3 zone deployed by Penn Trafford. Kozar swings corner. Golvash, we're going to try to set up something down low. Marzina's been popping around the three-point arc, takes the shot and hits it. Max Marzina with another three. Give him 11 on the game in 3 triples. 20-14, Baldwin builds the lead. Three-point shot up for Diorio, and he spins it in. Orlando Diorio does something that we've seen Penn Trafford do a couple of times so far. Baldwin with a score, and then immediately Penn Trafford answers just within a matter of seconds, especially in that area right near the Baldwin bench. They've taken advantage on a couple of times. Golvash pulls deep range three off the back of the rim. Kozar goes up for the rebound, is able to grab it, give way to Smolko. It's rather Otto fighting for it on the floor, and it's last touched by Baldwin. So Jackson Otto not able to squeeze it. And it goes out of bounds. Here's Brown to the corner and Punko. Down low McDonald, back into the game. Punko drives. O'Toole with another good job to be able to poke it loose. Here's Marzina pushing, gives way to Golvash. Golvash layup, good on the feed from Max Marzina. 4 for Golvash, had 18 in the first 2 games. Dubiak driving to the basket, will now shoot 2. A good poke on the steal, and Marzina and able to find Golvash as they got Brown basically looking at the backfield, not worrying where the ball was going to go. That one on Kozar, his first. As Dubiak makes the first. And they bring Ben Leonard back into the game. Feldman remains on the bench with 2 fouls. The lefty Dubiak hits them both. Into Marzino as they pressure full court. Marzino gets away from Leonard. Max drives all the way in. Deals. Good find for Jackson Otto, but he misses the layup. And it's Dubiak moving in transition. Bounce pass down low. McDonald. Easy layup. Ethan McDonald from the left side block to the right side block. Give him 4, and it's a 1-point game again. Have the quarter gone by. 22-21. 4 minutes remaining in the half. Golvash drives in, tries to squeeze it past the defender, but wasn't able to do so. As it's Diorio bringing it up to Leonard. Leonard to Brown. Deep 3. Feeling it. Can't hit it that time. Does have 3 in the game, but it goes out of bounds to Baldwin. Bryson Smolko back into the game for the Highlanders. As Jackson Otto comes off, it's been Otto and Smolko who have basically been giving way for each other. And Gavin Sakeley currently testing out that left knee right now to see how much weight he can put on it. Kozar to Golvash. Golvash up the floor. Marzina has it. Max tries to drive baseline, has to kick it out. Golvash steps into a 3. Another miss for EJ. It's been a tough night so far for Baldwin's leading scorer on the season, but it will stay here. Kozar will throw it in right in front of the student section, decked out in a red, white, and blue theme tonight. And it'll now be Golvash as they'll send Kozar to the right side block for the inbounds play. Kozar to O'Toole. O'Toole has a lane, takes it all the way in. Almost a travel, but they decided that he just did not have possession at one point on the bobble. And now Dubiak gets it back. Dubiak, the lefty, pulls from three, straight on, and drills it. Caleb Dubiak now with 5 points, all in the quarter as Penn Trafford takes a 24-22 lead. Down the floor to Bryson Smolko. Smolko drives, and we'll go to the line. So there'll be 2 shots for the lefty, Bryson Smolko. As the foul goes on Ethan McDonald, and that is his second. So McDonald and Feldman, the 2 bigs for Penn Trafford, both with 2 fouls, and that's something that was a big issue for Baldwin in the playoff game a year ago with the foul trouble that Matt Shank was in. Free throws, an issue for Baldwin. Sakeley's missed 2. Marzina has come up empty on 3, and now Smolko misses the first. So the 5 for Baldwin: Smolko, Kozar, O'Toole, Marzina, and Golvash. He's got the second. Dubiak defended by Kozar. Now Feldman back into the game. Swing across court to Dubiak. Dubiak inside, finds room, blocked by Smolko. Good recovery by Bryson Smolko, the 6'4 sophomore, to block the shot. And they try to throw it right into Feldman, who gets around Marzina. Missed the layup, though. Dubiak, offensive rebound. Quick find, Leonard. Swing around Feldman in the corner. Back to Leonard. Defended by Golvash. They look down low, McDonald. McDonald, who likes to work on the block, easily finishes past Smolko. 6 for Ethan McDonald. The lead up to 3 for Penn Trafford. Back to man-to-man for Penn Trafford. Marzina looking to work. Goes to Kozar. Back up top Golvash. Guarded by Feldman. Wants to take advantage of the mismatch. Feldman, who plays a lot of guard but is built like a forward, gives it to O'Toole. Foul first, though. No shot. And they get Ben Leonard for his first. Just a second in the quarter for Penn Trafford. Baldwin with just 1 foul as Kozar comes off and Sadiq Anderson comes back on. O'Toole will throw it in right near the bench of Penn Trafford, and it was kind of lazily thrown in. But Brown didn't pursue as Golvash was easily able to take it. There's Max. Dribble drive all the way in. Marzina high off the glass and finishes. Max Marzina with 13 points. And Marzina had 11 against Lebo, already over that total. As Baldwin trails by 1. Boss to Feldman. Look down low. McDonald and 1. Ethan McDonald, 8 points, and they continue to feed him. Taking advantage of the inexperienced Baldwin bigs, and they also switched off on that play. It looked like O'Toole was the one defending McDonald, and O'Toole picks up his first. So first free throw attempt for Ethan McDonald, and he's got it. As the Warriors bring Ponko back in, and they also bring Diorio back. 1:24 to go in what's now a 4-point game. The 5 for Baldwin: Marzina, O'Toole, Golvash, Smolko, and Sadiq Anderson. Alario at the scorer's table set to check in. Screen from Smolko. Marzina doesn't look for him. And instead, dribble drive to O'Toole. Back to Max. One minute left in the half. Golvash spins, kicks, goes to O'Toole up top. Now Marzina will reset. Good defensive possession from Penn Trafford. Screen from Golvash. Marzina dribbles into a three, has the hot hand, but can't get it to bounce in. Smolko, offensive board, turns around, puts it up, and got it to go. Bryson Smolko, his first field goal. He's got 3 points in the 2-point game. It's knocked out of bounds. We'll stay with Penn Trafford. 38.5 left to go as Ilario comes on and O'Toole comes off. So Baldwin goes a little bit of a bigger lineup with Ilario and Smolko on the floor. Ilario at 6'1", and Smolko at 6'4". With Feldman currently on the bench. And Penn Trafford will call timeout with 28.9 left to go before halftime. Well, you know the story pretty well. What happened a year ago with Baldwin. 21-1 regular season. The lone loss came in section play at South Fayette. Starting off the new year on January 3rd, 37-32. It was a game where basically the entire offense went silent. And they kind of forgot it coming into the new year, but picked up significantly with 72 and 71 point outputs against Ringgold and Bethel Park in the following two games. A double overtime win against North Hills at the PBC Hall of Fame Classic kept the streak alive for the Fighting Highlanders, who started the season 9-0 and proceeded to win 12 consecutive games after the loss against South Fayette. But it all came to a screeching halt with a 60-45 loss in the first round of Penn Trafford in a game that was stunning and is unbelievable to the Baldwin faithful that nobody could have possibly seen happening. All credit in the world to Penn Trafford and Doug Kelly's game plan for that one as they extend the lead with Trent Brown hitting the triple. And they're going to stop play to fix the net after it was swished in so perfectly from Brown. 2 threes in each quarter. He's got 12 in the matchup so far. Will Sarsfield comes on for Penn Trafford for the first time, number 0. As Baldwin's down by 5. Might hold for the final shot with 15 seconds. And there you go to Marzina. Max drives, dishes, Smolko, layup, gets blocked, but a foul called on Ponko. It's Nick Ponko's first. Seems surprised that was the call, but a push in the back of Smolko will send him back to the line for 2 more. Bryson Smolko is 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Baldwin is only 1 of 7 at the line. Be a completely different game score-wise at the moment as Smolko makes the first. If Baldwin was able to capitalize on free throws, then it's Sakely and Marzina. 0 for 5 combined. 5.8 remaining before the break. Second shot for Smolko. It rolls off. Ilario trying to grab the rebound. Feldman instead is the one that's got it, but is it last touched by Feldman or Baldwin? It is last off of Ilario as it goes out of bounds right near the bench with 2.5 of Penn Trafford. So Owen Hodge comes back on for Penn Trafford. See if they can get a shot up before the break. Inbounded to Boss. Boss on a couple of dribbles to Feldman by the bench. Good look for Feldman, but they wave it off saying he didn't get it off in time. And it's a 32-28 advantage for Penn Trafford going to the break. A 4-point lead for the Warriors as Baldwin's offense has gone a little bit quiet so far. And the Fighting Highlanders trail it by 4. Halftime up next here on TenbandTV. With the 2 seniors in the starting lineup. As they swing it to Sadiq Anderson, pulls the trigger from 3 and hits it. Anderson, the sophomore guard, his first shot. Drains it from the left side corner to make it 5-2. Feldman, a wide open Brown. He pulls from 3 and hits. Trent Brown responds with a triple. Tied up at 5 as Anderson has it in the corner and drives in. Now gives way to Marzina up top. Marzina gets the screen from Anderson, pulls from deep, and Max drills it. Moneyball Max Marzina now with 5 points. Zena now with 5 points. To equal the point total for Penn Trafford. Trying to respond on the other way. It's Brown. He has 2 triples. And the Smolko on the perimeter. Smolko, a 6'4" sophomore. Three-pointer up for Marzina. He hits it again. Money ball, Max Marzina has already got 8 on the night. Plays a lot of different players. They typically play right around 10. His drive to the basket is good. Plus the foul for Nick Punko. Looks for an outlet. Goes to O'Toole. O'Toole defended well. Was able to get around it. O'Toole, floater, tries to go off the window, and he's got it. Tay O'Toole on the basket. And back up top. Owen Hodge. Three-pointer up right near the Baldwin bench, and it's true for Trent Brown, already with 3 triples in the game. Pressure by Sakeley. Sakeley able to force the steal. Gavin Sakeley goes all the way in and finishes. Gavin Sakeley, steal and score for Baldwin to take a 17-14 lead. Golvash, we're going to try to set up something down low. Marzina's been popping around the three-point arc, takes the shot and hits it. Max Marzina with another 3. Give him 11 on the game in 3 triples. Another 3. Give him 11 on the game in 3 triples. 20-14, Baldwin builds the lead. Three-point shot up for DiOrio, and he spins it in. Punko drives. O'Toole with another good job to be able to poke it loose. Here's Marzina pushing, gives way to Golvash. Golvash layup, good on the feed from Max Marzina. Gets it back. Dubiak, the lefty, pulls from 3, straight on, and drills it. Caleb Dubiak now with 5 points, all in the quarter, as Penn Trafford takes a 24-22 lead. Across court to Dubiak. Dubiak inside, finds room, blocked by Smolko. Good recovery by Bryson Smolko, the 6'4 sophomore. There's Max. Dribble drive all the way in. Marzina high off the glass and finishes. Max Marzina with 13 points. Boss to Feldman. Look down low. McDonald and 1. Ethan McDonald, 8 points, and they continue to feed him. 3 has the hot hand, but can't get it to bounce in. Smolko offensive board, turns around, puts it up, and got it to go. Bryson Smolko, his first field goal. He's got 3 points in the 2-point game. All credit in the world to Penn Trafford and Doug Kelly's game plan for that one, as they extend the lead with Trent Brown hitting the triple. And they're going to stop play to fix the net.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Welcome to Temple Strength and Sport Performance, where we empower you to reach new heights in strength, speed, and athletic performance. Temple is here to support you every step of the way. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned athlete, join him in Jefferson Hills, Pennsylvania, and discover the difference. For more information, call 412-527-1755. Start your journey with us today.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. We utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning, scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime, and don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Back for the start of the second half in a 32-28 game. Baldwin trails the Penn Trafford Warriors by 4. Austin Bechtold with you here on TenbandTV. Fighting Highlander basketball coverage continues throughout the season, including Friday in a rescheduled game against Avonworth. It was postponed and supposed to be during the Baldwin-Peters Township tip-off tournament and played at noon, but Avonworth's football team was in the state championship, so pretty good reason, and they ultimately won the state championship. It's an incredible Avonworth team. That's actually where I was at the football state championships last weekend, covering Avonworth's victory and LaSalle College beating Central Catholic. Yes, LaSalle College. It is the LaSalle College that you know in Philadelphia. The college had a high school years ago that became LaSalle College High School, and they just, when they branched off, decided to continue to call themselves the high school as LaSalle College. Confusing? Yeah, but they're the ones that ended up beating Central Catholic. So Baldwin and Avonworth non-section game will play this Friday, 7:30. Catch it right here on TenbandTV. We'll be on the call, and Baldwin will start section play next week, Tuesday, against the Peters Township Indians. It's a boys and girls doubleheader. As the start of section play. Yes, the start of section play seems to be kind of early, but maybe that's just me. It's 2 weeks in, we're already into the heart of the section. As Penn Trafford will attack the left side basket as you see it to start the second half, and kept into Feldman. Down low, McDonald. Guarded by Smolko. They have Smolko in there to start the half as Marzina corrals the miss. Sadiq Anderson up the floor. So it's Golvash, O'Toole, Smolko, Anderson, Marzina, the 5. Looking for some offense. Golvash gets fouled. And we'll go to the free throw line. First opportunity for EJ at the line. Had 4 through the first half. Just 2 in each quarter, though, as they get Feldman for his 3rd. So Feldman had 3 quick fouls in the first half, all coming in the first quarter. And Golvash, it's the first. Free throws have been a problem for Baldwin in this game. Safely 0 for 2. Marzina 0 for 3. Smolko 2 for 4. As Golvash hits them both. Max Marzina led Baldwin in scoring with 13 points in the first half. Ethan McDonald had 9 for Penn Trafford. Trent Brown with 12 points, all threes for the Warriors in the first half. At 1 and 2, we're going to try to get to 500. Baldwin looking to bounce back after a 10-point loss last night at Mount Lebanon. They feed down low to McDonald. McDonald, double team comes, help from Anderson. Swung on around to the top to Leonard. Down low, McDonald. Defended by Smolko, the sophomore, against McDonald. And McDonald, the junior, just too tough. Now in double figures with 11. They like to work McDonald a lot on the block, and if move Feldman a little bit more to the perimeter, plays as a guard forward slash type of player. As Anderson traveled. In a 4-point game, 1 minute gone by here in the third quarter. Baldwin with 30 points on the board. And it's been a struggle offensively. Baldwin without Nico McCurach, who is injured and expected to be back in the next coming weeks. Bunko pops open for 3. Rebound goes to Marzina. Over to Golvash. Golvash with a head of steam. Back to Marzina. Marzina drives in, dishes to Anderson in the corner. Back over to O'Toole, and they'll reset with Golvash. Golvash for Smolko. Smolko brought the ball down. Don't want to do that. As he's able to get it over to O'Toole. Back to Golvash. There's not a lot of offensive rhythm and a flow so far for Baldwin as Golvash dishes. Anderson layup good. Good find from EJ to be able to find Sadiq Anderson. He's got 5 on the night. Dubiak. Swing on over down low, and an errant pass by Leonard as Marzina takes it. Marzina moves in transition. Max drives inside, dishes, O'Toole for 3, it's blocked. Trent Brown with the rejection out of bounds. Two-point lead for Penn Trafford. The Warriors have had the lead for a majority of the game as they go in to Marzina. We get the screen from Golvash. Does he want to use it? No, and Golvash backs off. Over to Anderson. Now Golvash. Defended well by Leonard. On ball and off ball. They switch. And Dubiak picks him up. As Golvash drives in. Layup. Misses. McDonald rips down the rebound. Here's Leonard with a head of steam. And they'll reset with Dubiak, who drives in. Sees a lane. Kick. 3. Brown misses this time. Offensive rebound. No, it's O'Toole who takes it. And O'Toole throws it up for Golvash. Golvash looks for the tie. Layup. Good. And we're even at 34. 8 for EJ. Knotted up at 34 apiece. Student section starting to get into it. Honest, it's been in a while. It's been a pretty subdued crowd tonight as it's thrown away by Dubiak. Too far for Leonard as it goes into the bench. And Penn Trafford will send Tyler Boss back out onto the floor as Dubiak, after the turnover, goes off. 6th season for Doug Kelly, says this team is going to win some games. They have the talent to do so. Put in a lot of time in the summer and wants to hold his guys accountable. We'll change up the starting lineups at times and the rotations as well as they look back door to Marzina on the pass from Golvash. And now it's in the hands of Anderson. Anderson drives baseline, puts it up, the floater's good, and Baldwin takes a 2-point lead. Good minutes from Sadiq Anderson to start the third quarter, 36-34. And Doug Kelly calls timeout as Baldwin takes the lead after it was a 4-point advantage for Penn Trafford. The Fighting Highlanders have started to find a little bit of an offensive rhythm. It's a 30-second timeout called by the Warriors. Down low, the feed to Marzina, and Anderson able to drive, take the baseline as it was given to him by Tyler Boss. As Jeff Ackerman in his 6th season, WPIAL champion, everywhere he's gone. Pine at Moon, state champion as well. Thought that last year was going to be the year that Baldwin finally did it and put up a banner for the first time ever for a WPIAL championship. Was there 2 years ago, but lost to Upper St. Clair in a game that had as many around the WPIAL historian at this point, Mike White, who's covered high school sports for over 30 years, said it was at least arguably, the largest student section that he's ever seen for a basketball game. The student section that Baldwin brought that filled up 2 separate sections. And a sea of purple in the loss against Upper St. Clair, where Baldwin started off hot. Matt Shank got into foul trouble, and it seemed that was kind of the key for a lot of opposing teams. Get Shank into foul trouble, force Baldwin to play basically an outside-in type of game. And 2 nights where Baldwin just went cold offensively. Brown drives, dishes to the corner. Leonard, can he save it? He throws it off of Anderson, and it will stay here. Now it's a new era of players. Anderson, a sophomore. Jackson Otto, starting for the first time this year as a junior. Bryson Smolko, a sophomore. Alario and O'Toole, veteran players, though, as seniors. So a mix of both. A ton new to the varsity game. As Govash defends Boss. He tries to back him in. Boss turning around, looks for an outlet. And to the baseline, floater, Ponko. They will wave it off on an offensive foul. Second on Nick Ponko. And that is the second in the quarter against Penn Trafford. There has not been one called on Baldwin through the first 4 minutes plus of this third. And they back off the press as it's Govash, Marzina, O'Toole, Smolko, and Anderson, the 5 for Baldwin. Marzina trying to move Anderson towards the WPIAL 7 logo and takes the basketball over to Govash and swung on over to O'Toole. Right near the bench as they try to get the offense moving with Marzina. They trap Max, down low, Govash, Smolko, layup, good! Spins in right past Ponko. 6 for Bryson Smolko on a good feed. The lead up to 4. Down low, McDonald. Anderson fouls him. As McDonald went up with it. And McDonald will shoot 2. He's 1 of 1 at the line so far. And as we take a look at the replay. Now Marzina fighting Govash to Smolko. Good offensive play as McDonald makes the first. He's got 12. It's tied for the team lead with Brown. Feldman comes back on as Ponko goes off. McDonald with a chance to send it back to 4. Rather 2. And he does. 38-36. Govash to O'Toole. They break it with Marzina. Penn Trafford picks up man-to-man after playing some zone on the previous possession. Smolko up top. Swung around Marzina. Has the lane if he wants it against Feldman. Marzina inside. Good screen from Anderson to give him space. Marzina, a lot of contact, no foul. Feldman rips away the rebound. Feldman pushes in transition. Has a wide open man. It's Brown for 3. Alario, or rather O'Toole, I should say, is able to get a hand on it. And now Govash moves in transition. 3-on-1 emerges. Has Marzina open in the corner. Max is able to keep it in bounds. Marzina, though, looks down low. Govash open for the layup, and he's got it. Good find for Marzina to find Govash open at the left side block. Double figures with EJ. 10 in the game. And it all started with the block from Tay O'Toole on the shot from Trent Brown as McDonald backs down Smolko. Smolko helps force the contest as McDonald left it too short. And right into the student section. They send Leonard off as DiOrio comes back on for Penn Trafford. And the final 2 minutes plus of the third quarter. 4-point lead for Baldwin. Marzina right near the bench. Drives in. Marzina has space and finishes. Plus the foul. It's the first points for Max Marzina. The second half, he now has 15 and has a chance to make it a three-point play. And they get Zach Feldman for the foul, his fourth, as Marzina just went right at him. As Feldman came over for the help defense, tried to draw the charge, and it's Feldman that picks up the foul. And he has to come off due to the foul trouble. It's kind of the reverse of what happened a year ago. As Shank was in foul trouble, now it's Feldman in foul trouble and has significantly swayed this game. Max with 16, 43-36, largest lead for Baldwin. Brown up top. Brown hasn't scored yet in the half. Turns around, creates space. Good move by Brown, but too strong. McDonald rips down the rebound. A lot of contact on both sides between the two teams, and it's Smolko ripping away the rebound. With Golvash in transition, has Marzina, bounce pass. Max fakes, goes up, blocked by McDonald. Second chance is tipped over to Anderson. Anderson back up top to Smolko. Swung around. O'Toole pulls the trigger from three. Tay O'Toole, money ball at the left side wing. O'Toole drains it. And off to the bench after a technical foul was called against Baldwin. I think it was O'Toole on the celebration as O'Toole made it and kind of gave a stare down to McDonald a little bit. It was in the direction of his bench, but McDonald was also there, so that ends up resulting in the technical. 5 for O'Toole on the night, makes it a 10-point game. 2 technical free throws for Trent Brown at the line, and he misses the first off the front end. Shooting right into the student section. And affected him on the first, not the second. 13 for Brown on the night, and they will have the basketball as they would have beforehand after the O'Toole shot, following the technical foul. So a rule that Jeff Ackerman has had but has been pretty laxed with over the last year plus is if you pick up a technical foul, typically you go off to the bench. Well, O'Toole is still out there. I don't know if rules are meant to be broken, but rules can also change. And it seems like this one has in the past year plus. As it's Boss sending it over to the wing, and it's Ponko. Back to Boss. Boss loses it out of bounds. Anderson applying pressure. As Baldwin has come out with a lot more fire in this second half. It's about a 9-point lead. It's a team looking for an identity. No Wessling, no Shank, no Cherico, no Dutine, no Barricat. So far, trying to build one. This would be a big character win against the Penn Trafford team that beat them a year ago in the playoffs. Now Golvash up top. Thought about the three. Has the mismatch against McDonald if he wants to use it. He'll back it out. McDonald look for a switch, but instead Golvash will just reset. Marzina telling him to go to half court. To just wait for the final shot with 35 seconds. And Golvash will attack. Backs it out to Marzina. And Max will hold back to Golvash. Under 30. Has the 6'4" McDonald with him. Golvash gets around him inside the paint. Floater, draws a foul. And no one came over to help McDonald in enough time, as we'll see if he's the one that picks up the foul. A couple different players were there. And it does go on Ethan McDonald for his third. It's the fourth on Penn Trafford in the quarter. 17.8 left, clock stops. And Golvash a chance to extend the lead back to double digits. As he hits the first. Golvash now 3 of 3 at the line. .25 Owen Hodge, a 6'3" freshman, back in for Penn Trafford. As they send Brown to the bench. And Golvash got the second. EJ now with 12. Anthony Stagno, 6' senior, subs in for Penn Trafford. Boss swings it over. Looking down low to McDonald. Smolko pokes it free and out of bounds. And Smolko, Marzina was coming over to help him up, and Smolko just immediately to his feet. As it'll be inbounded right by the edge of the three-point arc. It's thrown away by O'Toole. O'Toole trying to dive for it. And dives right into us. Good hustle by Tay O'Toole. Into the table. Trying to get the possession back with 2.8 left. Deflected away by Golvash. A couple of tenths of seconds come off the clock, 2.1 left. Ponko to throw it in. Looking for Boss. And it's thrown, deflected out of bounds, whether it was touched by Golvash or Anderson. It takes 0.5 off the clock, 1.6 still remaining in the quarter. And an 11-point lead. They get it into McDonald, turns around, layup, no. And Baldwin up 48-37 at the end of the third quarter of play. A huge flip from down 4 to up 11 as we go to the fourth.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Start of the fourth quarter. Here on TenbandTV between the Penn Trafford Warriors and the Baldwin Fighting Highlanders. Tay O'Toole will throw it in right in front of us. It's O'Toole, Golvash, Marzina, Smolko, and Anderson. The five for Baldwin was Sakely off the floor due to injury. It's O'Toole in the game. Taking his place. Has done a really nice job. That's Golvash. Down low to the block. Smolko, left hand finishes. 8 for Bryson Smolko. And Tay O'Toole. Been a menace on the defensive side. They get it in, Dubiak. Ponko looking down low, back to Dubiak up top. It's a 13-point lead, largest of the night. Down low, Feldman. This won't go on him. Feldman backs down. Feldman puts it up and scores. Zach Feldman has scored for the first time. He was one of the leading scorers for Penn Trafford a year ago in this matchup as they don't get back in time to stop Smolko. Now with 10. Feldman has been a non-factor as he drives in, and it's a blocking foul. Would have been his 5th if called offensive. He'll be out of this game. He's been a non-factor because of the fouls. Has barely played any minutes as the foul goes on Tay O'Toole. This is 3rd. It's the first in the quarter. O'Toole hounding Brown. Brown has to back it out. Goes to Feldman. Feldman will pull the trigger from 3. Misses. Feldman looks for the rebound, and it's pulled away by O'Toole. And out of bounds the ball when last touched by Feldman. Marzina with it. Double team comes. They give it to Smolko. Back to Marzina. In a 52-39 game. Marzina drives in. Scoop layup. Might have got blocked on the way up. Smolko offensive rebound and finishes. 12 points for the sophomore Bryson Smolko. It's his breakout coming out party for Smolko. All right, he gives up the layup there. Left hand on the right side for Punko. His first point since the first quarter. Now 5 in the game, and a timeout called by Penn Trafford. Trailing by 13, a 54-41 score. 6:16 remain in the quarter. In the matchup against Mount Lebanon, Baldwin lost it 61-51 yesterday. It can be tough to play back-to-back games, but the Fighting Highlanders maybe just a little bit of time to get their legs under them after yesterday, and they have looked like a completely different team in the second half. Marzina had 11 in that one. Golvash 18 in both games so far, Northgate and against Lebo. EJ with 12 on the night. Trey Alario also had 12 off the bench. Mateo Toole had 6. He's been a factor. And Bryson Smolko, who only had, I think it was actually scoreless in that game, maybe 2 points, has had a significant day with 12 as Baldwin tries to develop some of their bigs. Smolko, Jackson Otto at 6'2", maybe not considered a traditional big, but when Baldwin has typically only had 1 or 2 players 6'2" or taller in recent years, that's just the way that they play and the way that Smolko has been able to factor in and has done a really solid job tonight. As Golvash will throw it in. Ponko picks up full court with Marzina. And EJ easily able to bring it over the timeline. Golvash down low. Anderson feeds to the corner. O'Toole just threw it to center court. Or Marzina can back out. Another 5-second count. Under 6 to go. Anderson down low. Golvash cutting to the basket. Can't get it to spin in. Marzina goes for the offensive rebound. Fight for it on the floor with Ponko and Marzina. And it's able to be forced as a jump ball that will send the possession arrow back to Penn Trafford. So Dubiak with 5 points brings it up. Ponko by the bench. Now Feldman up top looking for McDonald down low. Can they find him? Yes. And it's Smolko defending him. And McDonald, it's a blocking foul called on Smolko as McDonald just kind of barreled right into him. And not called a charge. It is a block. And it's being signaled as maybe a flop. Now our referee reporting to the scores table that the foul goes on Smolko for his second. Down low, Ponko turns around. Lefty shot, misses everything. And it's rebounded by Anderson. Golvash to Marzina. And we'll slow it up. A 54-41 lead. Up by 13. Max taking his time. Now O'Toole. Swung around Anderson. Back to Marzina. In green and blue Kevin Durant shoes. He gets away from the defenders. To Anderson. Anderson almost stepped out of bounds and it's deflected out of bounds by Feldman. Anderson will throw it in. Starting 5 minus Sakeley, who went out with an injury, plus O'Toole in the game. They get it into Marzina in the backcourt. Max Smart to play it back there as he drives in. Marzina floater, good. 18 for Max. Brown drives, layup. We'll shoot 2. And they get Teo O'Toole for his 4th. Let's see, 3rd against Baldwin in the quarter. There's not been one called on Penn Trafford yet in this quarter in a 15-point lead. That sends Brown to the line, 1 of 2 on the night, and he hits the first. The 2 free throws that he shot previously were on the technical that was called on O'Toole. And O'Toole goes off to the bench with a good ovation as Chris Kozar comes back in. Second free throw, hops in. Now 15 for Brown. Up the floor to Anderson. Trying to break the press. Gets it to Kozar. To Golvash. Golvash dribbles away from traffic, keeps it inbounds. And Kozar swings it over to Marzina. Max resets right near the Baldwin bench. 4:24 to go in the fourth. Marzina has the lane, pulls up inside the paint, off the back of the rim. Smolko goes for the rebound, instead it's McDonald that brings it down. Brown to Feldman. Feldman drives baseline, double team comes. Feldman has to kick it. It was deflected to Brown before he got it, and now McDonald down low. McDonald spins, turns inside the paint. Misses, and Anderson goes up for the rebound. Now fights for it on the ground, and a foul is called on the rebound. It's going to go on Penn Trafford as Anderson is being hounded by Trent Brown. He picks up his second. Ben Leonard back into the game as Brown goes to the bench. Also back Tyler Boss replaces McDonald. Just about halfway home here in the fourth quarter. Into Anderson. Now Golvash. As Golvash will try to dribble out of the press. 2-on-1 emerges with Kozar. Trying to find Golvash. Smolko was also there, and it was thrown out of bounds. Jeff Ackerman in his 6th season leading Baldwin. It feels like there's been 3 different eras. The COVID years, the senior-led Wessling, Chirico, Shank years, and now the current era as Boss gets his first point. No look pass to Anderson up the floor. 3-on-1 with Kozar and Smolko. They'll back it out with Marzina. Trying to force a double team. Swung on over across court. Golvash. Anderson will take the jumper. Misses. Feldman can't bring down the rebound. Instead, it's tipped to Voss. Up the floor. Punko finishes. Good job by Punko to be able to gather and score. He's got 7. Golvash to Marzina. They're over the timeline. Down low. Smolko has the layup. Can't finish it, though. He gets his own miss. Smolko brought the ball down and it's stripped away by Leonard, who throws it up the floor to a wide-open Punko, who easily finishes the layup, and a timeout by Jeff Ackerman. As Baldwin has had a couple of big breakdowns on the last couple of possessions to draw what was a lead of well over double digits, 14, 15 points, to now 7. And it's a full timeout called by Baldwin. Has been multiple defensive lapses and breakdowns. Just not getting back in time, as there's been a couple of plays just like this one. Punko now with 9, where they've been able to capitalize just on Baldwin's lax defense, and that's what's brought this now to a 7-point game. Still plenty of time for Penn Trafford to be able to mount a comeback. It was a 16-9 differential, the scoring in the third quarter, before ultimately going into this fourth, and it's been Penn Trafford. Punko scoring 6 in the quarter, add the 2 from Boss, add the 2 from Feldman. They've scored 10 compared to Baldwin 6, with it being an 11-point lead at the end of the third. Hopefully the math all adds up. A 56-49 game. Baldwin sends Anderson, Marzina, Smolko, Golvash, and Kozar, the 5 on the floor. It's Feldman, Boss, Dubiak, Punko, and Leonard on the floor for Penn Trafford. Anderson to Smolko, deflected on the way there. Needed to be a bounce pass. And Baldwin once again turns it over. So we're starting to see the inexperience as Dubiak can't hit the 3. Smolko brings down the rebound and keeps it high to force a potential turnover. Now Golvash up the floor to Kozar. The sophomore Kozar goes to Golvash. Backdoor. And Golvash tries to back it out and goes to Marzina. 2.5 to go. Over to Kozar. Now Golvash. Cross court wide open. Kozar doesn't take the shot. It's back to Smolko. And now Baldwin just kind of moving around with the basketball. And it's the same thing that Penn Trafford did a year ago in the playoffs, as the ball gets knocked away by Marzina from Punko, where he just kind of chews some clock. Shot clock not coming into effect until 28-29. And a foul is called going against Nick Punko, his 3rd. It's actually his 4th. And it's the 2nd against Penn Trafford here in the quarter, as Kozar will throw it in. And he goes to Marzina in the backcourt. And Marzina is fouled immediately by Boss on the inbound. 3 fouls either side now in the quarter as they get Tyler Boss just for his first. So Ponko comes off the floor, and they bring back the freshman Owen Hodge. It's deflected as Kozar couldn't get it in. Dubiak tried to rip it, and it will be Penn Trafford basketball. So tough minutes for Baldwin right now, and it's the first game that it's had the lead this season with a ton of new varsity players. He's trailing against Matt Lebanon for pretty much the whole game. It's into Boss, cutting towards the basket. Open man in the corner for 3. It's Hodge, but he can't hit. And Marzina, with 3 guys surrounding him, tries to dribble out of it and gets fouled. There's the 4th foul in the quarter against Penn Trafford as there were 3 guys surrounding Max. And for Marzina to be able to get out of it, and Boss picks up the foul. Just a second. Ben Leonard comes back in as they will send Hodge out. Hodge basically in to try to hit the 3 and cut the differential. That is currently 7. As Marzina in the double team throws it up for grabs in the middle of the floor, and it's taken away by Leonard. Layup, Ponko misses off in the rebound, and a pass for an easy layup for Boss. Now with 4, it's a 5-point game. Marzina trapped, trying to dribble out of it. Throws it to Kozar. Kozar did have possession in time for Jeff Ackerman to potentially call a timeout, but instead it's a foul being called. So is it a jump ball? Is it a foul? Was there a timeout called? What's the official ruling? The officials are discussing it, and it is being granted as a timeout for Baldwin, as Jeff Ackerman now has 3 remaining. And it's a full timeout. So Marzina and Golvash have just tried maybe a little bit too much to dribble out of the press instead of just quick passes, find the open man. And other guys like Kozar and Smolko need to be able to come to the basketball. Anderson. As the ball will be inbounded right around the Penn Trafford bench area. Stick around as we'll talk to our player of the game following and see what ultimately happens in this one as the Fighting Highlanders trying to hold on. E.J. Golvash with 12. Max Marzina with 18 to lead all scorers. Smolko also with 12 off the bench. It was Jackson Otto that got the start, but Smolko's primarily played here in the second half. Trey Ilario will come back in for Baldwin. So Penn Trafford has Feldman, Ponko, Dubiak out there with Leonard as well. The 5 for Baldwin. It's Smolko, O'Toole in with the 4 fouls. Marzina, Kozar, and Golvash. They will not bring Ilario back in yet. Marzina over the timeline. Double team comes. He feeds it to Golvash. 1:18 to go. Golvash to O'Toole, almost out of bounds. He almost traveled. Penn Trafford thought that he did. No call, though, as Kozar back-to-back out to Marzina. And in this situation, no shot clock. You can just continue to burn time as they go back to Kozar in the corner. And now Marzina looks for the outlet, instead sets a screen for Golvash, and they go to Smolko. Smolko gets fouled as it was poked by Ponko, who is now fouled out of the game with 5. So Nick Ponko is done with 9 points, 6 of them coming in the fourth quarter. As Leonard comes back in. Ilario is still at the scorer's table. Smolko has 2 free throws upcoming. So it's Trent Brown that comes back in off the bench. So Brown, Dubiak, Boss, Leonard, Feldman, the 5 right now for Penn Trafford. Smolko connects. And Smolko, 14 on the night. as he goes off to the bench on the career day. And Ilario comes on for him. 58-51. Boss picks it up on a roll. Boss drives. Defended by Golvash. Boss inside the paint. Looking to back it out, and does. Three-point ball up for Dubiak. Misses everything. Feldman on the offensive rebound, can't hit. Now Marzina gets fouled. And it's called on Brown. Third on Brown. Max Marzina with 18. Looking to try to go to the free throw line, and he's only 1 of 4 tonight. He's hit 3 threes in the game. All came in the first half. Very quiet Jim. Marzina hits the first. You might actually be able to hear a pin drop as Marzina approaches for the free throw. Rebounded by Hodge. In an 8-point game. Trying to find Hodge for a 3. It's Dubiak giving to Hodge. He'll pull the trigger for 3, and Hodge hits it. Oh, and Hodge, 6'3" freshman, hits the triple. He's got a bright future ahead of him. Athletic, good defender as well, but primary focus offense and hit some threes. Makes it a 5-point game. Full timeout called by Penn Trafford. Only 1 remaining for the Warriors. These two teams first met last year at Penn Trafford. It was a 58-53 victory for the Fighting Highlanders. It was not a clean game. It was the first road game of the year for Baldwin. And in a tough affair there, they were able to win it by 5, which is what the lead currently is now. So we'll see who Baldwin elects to put on the floor. I would think that if Penn Trafford can't immediately get a steal, they're going to have to foul. Force free throws and hope for a couple misses, which Baldwin in the first half. 2 misses from Sakely, 3 from Marzina, 2 from Smolko. Don't want to continue to harp on it, but the free throws have been much better in the second half, with Marzina 2 of 3, Golvash 4 of 4, Smolko 2 of 2 in the second half. Only 1 miss since the break. So Ilario will throw it in with Marzina, Golvash, O'Toole, and Kozar in the game. Into Golvash. Looks for Marzina, but it's taken away immediately for Brown. They look down low. Feldman has an open layup, and he takes it. Zach Feldman, 4 points all in the quarter. It's a 3-point game. Into Marzina. Max loses it, and it goes out of bounds. And Penn Trafford has a chance to tie with 12.8 to go. Baldwin has 3 timeouts left if they elect to use one. This is a chance as they're going to bring Hodge right back into the game. And you know what his purpose is, to come in and try to shoot a 3 as Leonard goes off. It's a scrappy Penn Trafford team that continues to fight, and Marzina just did not come to the basketball. 59-56 to score. And it's thrown away by Feldman into the hands of Kozar. 8 seconds and counting. Golvash is fouled as Dubiak got him. And a golden chance for Penn Trafford to take advantage after the Baldwin turnover. They give it right back. So 2 free throws at the line for E.J. Golvash. As Dubiak is his second. O'Toole and Ilario in the lane for Golvash. Again, 4 for 4 at the line. He's not scored in the fourth. 6.6 left on the clock. 2 shots. And he misses the first. And a timeout called by Penn Trafford. It's final. Baldwin still has 3 remaining. It's a full timeout called by Penn Trafford. So Golvash has to hit this. If Golvash can, then the game is not practically over, but to an extent, there's a good chance that it is with just 6.6 to bring the ball back up the floor. So if Golvash can hit the free throw, that was his first miss of the night, then it would make it a 4-point game, 60-54, where it would take 2 separate possessions for Penn Trafford to be able to tie it or win it, granted what they do coming down the floor on this next possession that they will have. If Golvash makes it, it's pretty much mute. But they do have Hodge in the game, who made the last 3. To make it a 5-point game, the layup from Feldman made it 3. And we'll see how they elect to deploy it right after the shot from Golvash. Very critical free throw for EJ. The junior guard takes his time, but can't hit it. Rebound, Boss, up the floor. Chance to tie for Penn Trafford, and Baldwin will foul smartly at half court. Fighting Highlanders did have 1 to give, so there is 3 seconds left. And what Baldwin could elect to do is just foul once again, force 2 free throws, and not elect Penn Trafford to get up a 3. Warriors to throw it in. Feldman has it. 2 seconds to 1. Feldman has to get a shot off. He heaves, and Baldwin survives. Fighting Highlanders take away the victory against Penn Trafford, 59-56. And it came down to a nail-biter. A double-digit lead evaporated in the fourth quarter, but they're able to win it. Penn Trafford, after being down 48-37, ends up putting up 54 total on the board. And Baldwin comes away with the win to move to 2-1 on the season. Penn Trafford now drops to 1-3. And a big game for the Fighting Highlanders to be able to win this, and for a young team to be able to build and grow with each other. A solid performance for Baldwin, as we're going to try to talk to Bryson Smolko as the players are currently on the floor. Student section has come out to made court for the alma mater. (59-56) as the Fighting Highlanders win it against Penn Trafford, and it was a really solid game. Max Marzina, 19 points in the victory, but it was Bryson Smolko who came off the bench, had a really solid performance, and he joins us now. Bryson, a sophomore, you want to bring the mic just a little bit closer to you would be great.
Yeah.
14 points, varsity high for you?
Yep.
How did it feel?
Felt great. Playing with my team out there, it's a great game, great win.
Yeah, what was it like for you as the primary big on the team to be able to do as well as you did, especially on the block against a couple of bigger players for Penn Trafford?
Yeah, they were tough. We were battling down there. Just got to play tough.
Was there anything on your guys' mind? I know that you and a lot of others weren't on the varsity team that played against Penn Trafford last year in the playoffs, but was that at least talked about a little bit to try to get some revenge?
Yeah, a little bit. We knew they were coming in our gym. We just got to play tough, do what we do.
So what do you think is going to be the key moving forward, Bryson?
We got to rebound, keep playing as a team, play great out there, and I think we'll be good.
Bryson Smolko, our player of the game, 14 points in the victory. Congratulations. Fighting Highlanders win it by 3 and hold on at the end, 59-56. Baldwin now 2-1 on the year as Penn Trafford drops to 1-3. Fighting Highlanders up next will play against Avonworth. This upcoming Friday, we'll have it for you right here on TenbandTV. It's the rescheduled game that was originally supposed to be played on Saturday, but with Avonworth football in the state championship, moved it to Friday. And then on Tuesday, welcome to section play as the Peters Township Indians come to town after Baldwin went there last year and won the first section game of the year, which was a huge start to section play. What does Peters Township and the Indians have this year to display against this Baldwin team? We'll find out, but first a non-section game against Avonworth. Austin Bechtold repeating the final score of 59, 256. Thanks to our incredible 10-band TV crew for putting everything together. Austin Bechtold signing off. We will see you on Friday against Avonworth right here on 10-band TV. With the two seniors in the starting lineup. As they swing it to Sadiq Anderson, pulls the trigger from three and hits it. Anderson, the sophomore guard, his first shot. Drains it from the left side corner to make it 5-2. Feldman, a wide open Brown. He pulls from three and hits. Trent Brown responds with a triple. Tied up at 5 as Anderson has it in the corner and drives in. Now gives way to Marzina up top. Marzina gets the screen from Anderson, pulls from deep, and Max drills it. Moneyball Max Marzina now with 5 points. Zena now with 5 points. It's equal the point total for Penn Trafford. Trying to respond on the other way. It's Brown. He has 2 triples. And the Smolko on the perimeter. Smolko, a 6'4 sophomore. Three-pointer up for Marzina. He hits it again. Moneyball Max Marzina has already got 8 on the night. Plays a lot of different players. They typically play right around 10. His drive to the basket is good. Plus the foul for Nick Punko. Looks for an outlet. Goes to O'Toole. O'Toole defended well. Was able to get around it. O'Toole, floater, tries to go off the window, and he's got it. Tay O'Toole on the basket. And back up top. Owen Hodge. Three-pointer up right near the Baldwin bench, and it's true for Trent Brown, already with 3 triples in the game. Pressure by Sakeley. Sakeley able to force the steal. Gavin Sakeley goes all the way in and finishes. Gavin Sakeley, steal and score for Baldwin to take a 17-14 lead. Golvash, we're going to try to set up something down low. Marzina's been popping around the three-point arc, takes the shot and hits it. Max Marzina with another 3. Give him 11 on the game in 3 triples. Another 3. Give him 11 on the game in 3 triples. 20-14, Baldwin builds the lead. 3-point shot up for DiOrio, and he spins it in. Punko drives. O'Toole with another good job to be able to poke it loose. Here's Marzina pushing, gives way to Golvash. Golvash layup, good on the feed from Max Marzina. Gets it back. Dubiak, the lefty, pulls from 3, straight on, and drills it. Caleb Dubiak now with 5 points, all in the quarter, as Penn Trafford takes a 24-22 lead. Across court to Dubiak. Dubiak inside, finds room, blocked by Smolko. Good recovery by Bryson Smolko, the 6'4 sophomore. There's Max. Dribble drive all the way in. Marzina high off the glass and finishes. Max Marzina with 13 points. Boss to Feldman. Look down low. McDonald and 1. Ethan McDonald, 8 points, and they continue to feed him. 3 has the hot hand, but can't get it to bounce in. Smolko offensive board, turns around, puts it up, and got it to go. Bryson Smolko, his first field goal. He's got 3 points in the 2-point game. All credit in the world to Penn Trafford and Doug Kelly's game plan for that one as they extend the lead with Trent Brown hitting the triple. And they're going to stop play. A lot of offensive rhythm and a flow so far for Baldwin as Golvash dishes. Anderson layup good. Good find from EJ to be able to find Sadiq Anderson. He's got 5 on the night. 3, Brown misses this time. Offensive rebound, no, it's O'Toole who takes it. And O'Toole throws it up for Golvash. Golvash looks for the tie, layup, good, and we're even at 34. Lineups at times and the rotations as well as they look backdoor to Marzina on the pass from Golvash, and now it's in the hands of Anderson. Anderson drives baseline, puts it up, the floater's good, and Baldwin takes a 2-point lead. Offense moving with Marzina. They trap Max, down low, Golvash, Smolko, layup, good! Spins in right past Punko. The rebound. Feldman pushes in transition, has a wide open man, it's Brown for 3. Alario, or rather O'Toole I should say, is able to get a hand on it. And it bounds. Marzina though, looks down low, Golvash open for the layup, and he's got it! Good find for Marzina to find Golvash open at the left side block. Double figures with EJ. Marzina right near the bench. Drives in, Marzina has space and finishes, plus the foul. Top to Smolko, swung around. O'Toole pulls the trigger from 3. Tay O'Toole, money ball at the left side wing. O'Toole drains it. And has scored for the first time. He was one of the leading scorers for Penn Trafford a year ago in this matchup as they don't get back in time to stop Smolko. In a 52-39 game. Marzina drives in, scoop layup, but it got blocked on the way up. Smolko offensive rebound and finishes. 12 points for the sophomore Bryson Smolko. 3 plus O'Toole in the game. They get it into Marzina in the backcourt. Max Smart to play it back there as he drives in. Marzina, floater, good. This Feldman can't bring down the rebound. Instead, it's tipped to Voss. Up the 4, Punko finishes. Good job by Punko to be able to gather and score. He's got 7. All down and it's stripped away by Leonard, who throws it up the 4 to a wide open Punko, who easily finishes the layup, and a timeout by Jeff Ackerman. As Baldwin has had a couple of big breakdowns on the last couple of possessions. Marzina in the double team, throws it up for grabs in the middle of the 4, and it's taken away by Leonard. Layup, Punko misses, off in the rebound, and a pass for an easy layup for Boss. Find Hodge for a 3. It's Dubiak giving to Hodge. He'll pull the trigger for 3, and Hodge hits it. Into Golvash. Looks for Marzina, but it's taken away immediately for Brown. They look down low. Feldman has an open layup, and he takes it. Highlanders take away the victory against Penn Trafford, 59-56. And it came down to a nail-biter. A double-digit lead evaporated in the fourth quarter, but they're able to win it. Penn Trafford.